Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. 8 years ago, we had a family gathering, which included my new son-in-law. But let's stop right there. When you hear the word son-in-law, that means I'm the mother-in-law. That means I have to be careful, very careful. While everyone was having a good time talking, my son-in-law Rocky had to put his 2 cents in and let us know what he likes to do. He likes to camp and hike. I went, uh-oh, you have to be careful, very careful. And besides that, he said, I will share with you my favorite spot. It is free. I looked over to my husband, Bob, and I could see his mind going like this, like a slot machine in Vegas. I won, I won, I won. And he added the word vacation, free vacation. And I was thinking, oh no, this means I have to act like a good sport. This is going to cause me days of grief, but I can be a good sport for a week out of a year. I can do this. So Rocky told us he likes to go to the Trinity Alps. That's where he likes to go. And he was ready to ask, do you all want to go? And my family said, yes, let's go. And I was thinking, hey, I was brought up in the city. I'm used to a street cleaner cleaning the streets once a week. Beautiful manicured lawns, rose bushes, sweet peas, a milkman who delivers milk to your door. My family wants me to go camping, but I really can't blame it on anybody but myself. Because when I was in college, I had a roommate, and I let her talk me into joining the hiking club. She told me, she promised me, if you join the hiking club, you can get at least 3 dates with nice guys. And I believed her because she was a math major and she was the only girl in the whole class. And she had dates all the time. I joined the hiking club. I hiked San Jacinto, San Gorgonio, so many places. And I had 6 weeks of dates. Different guys, 2 guys every week. I was having a wonderful time. But you know, you have to pay the piper. And I tried to let everybody think I liked it. And guys thought I liked hiking. So I hiked and I hiked and I hiked. I also, after I got married to my husband Bob, I had 3 children. And I didn't want them to be couch potatoes or TV watchers. So I would encourage them to be outdoor people. And I would send them off to camp. Have a good time. You're just going to have so much fun. I'd send them for 2 weeks at a time. And then I started, I said to Bob, you know, if we start hiking and we go as a family, and it turned out to be Labor Day weekend, at least 5 days of camping, I have to have things my way. So I went out and I purchased an 8-man tent you could stand up in with 2 rooms and windows you could look out on. And I got those foam puzzle pieces, all different colors, and I put them on the ground so that when I got on my knees would say, thank you, Suzanne, for taking care of me. And then I got a cot, an aluminum cot. Then I got one of those blow-up mattresses that my husband blows up. He's so happy I even do this. He'll blow it up all by himself. And then on top of that, I have my down sleeping bag, and I take a pillow, and I have a clean pillowcase for each day of the week. And when my grandkids come, they all run to my tent because they know it's the best house in town. But, you know, there's always excitement when you go camping. And last year was the best year of all. Bob and I got up early and went for a little walk, and they were coming back, and what do we see going up the trail? But a father and his 4 young children. from 4 years old to 6 years old. They each had a bow and arrow. And they stopped and talked to us, and the father told us they were going to go up to the mountain and they were going to kill a deer and eat it for dinner. Well, I didn't have the heart to tell him that this was deer season. And the deers leave the mountains because they know what's up. And they go to the city where it's clean. And that day, we had fun. We swam up the river. We jumped off the rocks into the deep water pool. We had so much fun. Then something happened. At the end of the day, the sun was starting to go down. We looked up the trail, and there we saw the father with his 4 boys behind him. But he was moaning. He was in big pain because they had gotten to the top of the mountain, and the father had slipped and broken his ankle. How was he going to get down? He started yelling, "Help! Help! Help!" And off in a distance he saw a bear. Well, this bear came closer and closer and closer. And he looked at the father with the 4 boys, and he knew he was not in any danger because those bows and arrows were specially made for deer and not bear. So he came closer to the man, and he picked him up in his arms, and he carried him down the trail with the boys walking single file behind him. He took him to the man's car, and the man got in his car with his sons, closed the door, and drove off. And then Smokey the Bear put his hat on.